Hi there, welcome to my latest video. I had the reason to contact eBay on the live chat the other day. It was regarding a GSP item which had arrived damaged, and the buyer had opened a returns case, and I had to accept the return and get the item, pay for the postage to get the item back. So I wanted to phone eBay because what usually happens in that case, if it's arrived damaged, then you phone eBay and you're covered via the GSP program for any damage in shipping. So what I've done in the past, and I've done this maybe 2 or 3 times now, I phoned eBay and I've explained the situation, and they've basically closed the case in my favour, and they've refunded they've refunded the buyer, plus they allow me to keep the money, and then they recoup their losses through GSP, I guess, through some sort of claim, insurance claim or something. Anyway, so that's how it should happen, and that's how it's always happened for me in the past. This time, of course, because of the current issues going on in the world, eBay don't really have the telephone chat, so you can only really live chat them on the sort of text functionality. So that's what I did, and I got absolutely abysmal customer service, wrong information, quite, I would say, quite rude, flippant comments, although that is difficult to say for sure because of the text conversation. You know, there was no actual voice involved. But anyway, so it was quite laughable, and I played along with it, tried to ask them, well, if that's what you want me to do, then how do I go about following it through the way you're suggesting, knowing that it was actually the wrong advice. And they went through, and eventually they hung up the phone on me, or they hung up the chat on me. So I've put together a little video of how the conversation went. It's a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but it's so poor, the customer service here, and I wanted to bring an attention to it, because if I was a new eBay user and I'd had that experience, I might not want to come back to the platform as a seller. I also could end up going through the advice that they actually gave me, and I would have lost money. So I'm going to play the recording now that I've made. This is purely me making the recording here. None of it is the actual voices. Of course, this was all text based, so I've got my voice and I've got another person's voice to play the part of the eBay customer services. I've used cartoon characters for the visuals. So I'm going to show you the video now. It's a bit tongue-in-cheek, not supposed to be taken too seriously. I hope you enjoy it, and here it goes.
Thank you for contacting eBay. How may I help you today?
So I sold an item via the GSP shipping program. The buyer has opened a returns case saying it's not working. It was when it was sent. As I'm aware, as it's GSP, I'm covered for the damage in shipping.
Thanks. It's great that you alerted us to this. No worries. I will quickly put this into action for you. In line with this, we highly suggest you contact GSP to file a claim.
Okay, how do I do that?
You need to keep in touch directly to GSP.
In the past, when an item has been damaged by GSP, eBay closed the case and deal with it.
I am sorry, but if the item was lost in transit or damaged in transit, seller may need to contact the courier to file a claim.
What do I do with this return then? As at the moment, I will need to pay to get it back and refund, when none of it is my fault. GSP shipping centre is via eBay though. I delivered it to GSP, so it's on eBay to deal with it, surely.
We do understand that, but the following process, seller needs to first to file a claim with the GSP. Once you file a claim with GSP, send us a copy of that claim for us to further investigate. Regarding the case, this case will be closed once the buyer ships back the item and refunds was processed.
So who is going to refund my return postage back to me when GSP is at fault?
GSP will be the one to refund you everything.
Okay, so how do I contact them, please?
Please Google the contact information of GSP.
I can't find anything on how to contact them. Please provide me with this info.
We don't have the contact information of GSP.
You must do, as you use them. If you don't have it, how do you expect me to?
That's the reason why we're asking Cole to check on their contact information.
I can't find it. What's their website called?
I'm sorry, we don't have their information.
Can you find out and tell me then, please?
Sir, we don't have their contact information.
So what do I do from here then?
Please Google their information.
I just told you there is no information on contact details.
I also told you earlier, sir, that we don't have any of their information with us.
You won't be able to contact the GSP shipping centre directly. If you need support on this, you'll need to contact eBay customer service. This is from eBay community page.
As much as we want to provide you the information, we don't have it. Have a great day.
So I hope you enjoyed that. It was so frustrating because I googled their information, even though I knew it was the wrong steps to take in this particular instance. I still googled it, and you couldn't get any information on the GSP. I mean, I know the address, obviously, because I send stuff there. Couldn't get any contact information to actually physically email them or anything like that. But if I'd followed their advice, paid for an item to be returned back to me from Italy, and bear in mind it was fairly heavy, it was damaged beyond my control, so I would have had to pay maybe £20 or £30 to get it back. I would then have lost that money because I would have given it to the buyer to pay for it to come back. I would then have to refund the buyer the original amount, and then I'd have to claim to GSP to get not only the value of the item back, but the value of the money to get it returned to me. They're never going to pay that. It was so incorrect information, it really annoyed me, which is why I basically carried on the conversation, even though I knew it was the incorrect path to take. And you just can't get that information anyway. And they refused to give me the information and then hung up the conversation. It's crazy. But the seriousness of it is that the customer services that I got here was terrible. I actually then, as soon as I got off the text chat to this person, I went straight back on and spoke to a different person, and it was dealt with instantly the way it should be, and the case was closed in my favour, and the buyer got their refund, and eBay will recoup their losses, exactly how it should be. But this representative obviously didn't know how to deal with the situation, in which case I think they should then refer it to someone else. They shouldn't try and continue to give advice if they don't know what they're talking about. If they do think they know what they're talking about, then they obviously haven't had the correct training. So eBay should be training these people a little bit better, I think. It's really bad how you can just call back or go onto another chat and get completely the opposite help. And it happens time and time again when I contact eBay. I often have to call several times to get the actual results that I should get. And being an experienced eBay user, and I do come across various issues that I do have to phone eBay on fairly regularly, and so I know how these things should go, and because I've been there before. So when they don't go in, in the correct way, then I find that so frustrating, because there's no need for it. As long as they've got their policies, they've got their rules, why don't they know their own rules and follow them? It should be quite simple. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. It was a little bit of a joke making the video, but there's a serious angle to it as well. So if you enjoyed it, please think about subscribing, and hit the like button for me, please, and drop any comments you have in the comments field on the video. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye for now.